Hey book readers, welcome back to the channel. My wife, Lauren. Woo! Lauren, how are your kids?
Are my kids? They're good.
Or my kids?
I think they're watching a TV show right now. One's napping. So.
Gotta keep them occupied. Well, today we're playing a game called Fantasy or Reality. And this is how the game is going to work. I'm going to give Lauren a title, and it's either going to be the name of a fantasy book or the title, the name of a reality TV show. So I'm going to ask you fantasy or reality, and you have to tell me which one you think it is.
Okay.
For example, if I said a Game of Thrones, you would say?
Fantasy.
Fantasy, because it's a fantasy book. It was a TV show.
Yes, but not a reality TV show.
Yes. So there are 10 titles, and if you get 7 of those titles correct, you will receive a reward. Amazing award. I forgot to explain these over here.
Okay.
So, if you think it is fantasy, you're going to hold up your unicorn.
Oh, all right.
If you think it is reality, you're going to hold up your zebra.
Okay.
Because believe it or not, zebras are real.
Yes.
Doesn't seem like they should be. The first title is The Great Hunt.
The Great Hunt. Is this fantasy or reality?
That's the game.
Okay, so it sounds like it could be like a romance show, maybe, like they're hunting for their great love.
Ooh.
But maybe
With bows and arrows, and they just, or just like caveman club style.
No.
Okay.
Or maybe it's like some fantasy books set in like medieval times, on horses. But I'm gonna go with, I think I'm gonna go with reality. I think it's some kind of like reality TV show romance. Yeah.
That is incorrect.
Oh,
it is a fantasy book. It is book 2 of The Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan.
I haven't read those.
Neither have I, so I wouldn't know. There are like 20-something of them.
Probably all of your viewers have. That's going to be pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, you never know. You never know. All right, so number 2 is Wizard Wars.
Wizard Wars.
Yes.
I mean, this sounds really easy, but it could be a trick question.
Really easy as in which one do you think?
I feel like it's fantasy, unless it's like magicians who are competing to be the best magician to like get a spot at Las Vegas.
It's a Penn and Teller type of thing, you think?
Penn and Teller, yeah, it's like a Penn and Teller reality show. In Wizard Wars, you could be trying to juke me out. Like maybe it's as easy as it sounds, but I guess I'm gonna try. First one is fantasy, so I'm gonna try reality again.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is a reality TV show. Yes, it's from 2014. There was 1 season. According to IMDb, teams of master magicians create and perform original magic routines using random props.
What was random props?
Random props. So, and then Wikipedia says, Wizard Wars is a reality competition show in which teams of magicians create and perform original magic routines before a live studio audience. Their acts are judged on creativity, deception, and showmanship. Vegas headliners, Penn and Teller.
Oh!
Head up the judging panel.
You knew that it was Penn and Teller.
I did. Just trying to see if you were going to bite or not.
What was the prize, though, if they won?
I'm guessing money. Or maybe...
Was it a spot?
They might have gotten a spot on Vegas or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So magicians competed, created routines with placemats, beach balls, colored erasers, and fake oranges.
Okay. All right, I was right.
Number 3, the third title, is Holy Sister.
Holy Sister. Let's see. Holy Sister. I can't even imagine what, I mean, unless it's some kind of nun reality show.
Yeah.
I'm like, what would the nuns be competing for?
Or it could be, 7 sisters competing for 1 man.
I don't think so. I don't think that sounds like something...
Holy Sister.
I don't know. Like, who can have the longest vow of silence? I don't...
That wouldn't be that
I don't really
intriguing
know what the nuns would be competing for and what a prize would be. Because don't they have to have, like, a vow of poverty? So you couldn't even win anything.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go, just because it doesn't sound like a great reality show.
Oh, come on.
I'm going to go with a fantasy. I have no idea what it's about, though. Yeah.
Yes, Holy Sister was a fantasy book. The 3rd book in the Book of Ancestors series by Mark Lawrence.
Okay.
I think I have an image here.
Is it about nuns, though?
No.
Okay.
It's
Can
about...
I look at that? I guess I can look at
you can look at this. I'm going to look at this.
Oh.
It's all right, though.
All right.
So you can see the...
I don't even... It's just a woman holding a ball? Like...
Yeah, there's magic.
Is she a nun? Some kind of magic nun?
No, I don't think so.
No?
Oh, wait, no, you're right. Full sister in the order.
Okay,
yeah.
It's like a sisterhood
some
of
kind
witches
of,
or something? All right.
All right, the fourth title is Born in the Wild.
Born in the Wild.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that easily could be fantasy. I mean, like some kid, he's born in the wild and
A Mowgli.
he has magic
or
powers, you know. What kind of a reality show could it be? I mean, it could be like Alone, right? Maybe they're like seeing who really has
a survival show.
survival, yeah. Born in the Wild. I'm gonna go with fantasy.
Fantasy novel?
Yeah.
Born in the Wild was a reality TV show from 2015, one season. Here's kind of the description. This is a strange one. Giving birth in a hospital or even at home is a little too traditional for some parents to be. The families featured in this series have decided to give birth in nature.
So it's more like a documentary.
Kind
They're
of,
not
yeah.
like competing
Let's
against
see.
each other.
Yeah. The mothers don't get the benefit of induction or epidurals. They do it all naturally, which is fitting given the natural landscapes that surround them. The environment is challenging and there are obstacles to be overcome in the wild, but through it all, if the couples persevere, they achieve their dreams of outdoor births.
Yeah, I think this is a documentary. Like they're not like they're not giving them obstacles. Like, all right, and now
Maybe they. I don't know exactly how it works.
You have
but
twins.
yeah, we've upped the ante.
think that goes
You're not just
against,
having one. Surprise.
Basic like research practices. I don't know.
The fifth title is Fairest.
Fairest. I mean, there's got to be at least one fantasy book called Fairest, right? It's some kind of like Snow White spin-off. I feel like our daughter has read probably like 10 versions of this book of different tellings.
Probably, she's a
of
huge
Sydney.
fantasy reader. But with the reality,
I mean, and also is like if it's reality, it's just like who's the prettiest? I mean, that's America's top model.
maybe
right?
it's
Basically.
not fairest as in beauty. Maybe it's just like you're judging people and it's
No, I think I'm gonna go with
fair and impartial.
It's a good fantasy remake. I'm gonna go with fantasy.
Okay, fantasy,
Yeah.
you are correct.
Yes.
This is the Marissa Meyer series, The Lunar Chronicles.
Mm-hmm.
I think you've probably seen these around. I think there are a whole bunch of them that are all this type of fairy tale reimagining.
Okay.
So
I haven't seen that one, but
yeah, it's popular. It's number 3.5, so I'm guessing it's like a novella. But I don't know. The sixth title is Opposite Worlds.
Opposite Worlds, and this is either fantasy or reality.
Mm-hmm.
I think Opposite Worlds is some kind of they switch places with people, some kind of reality show where they come from like wealth and poverty or something like that.
You don't think it's
I don't think it's fantasy. No,
it's not
that sounds a little more sci-fi
poor
than fantasy.
versus wealthy or
Reality show,
pauper.
yeah. It's like the
But it could be a book.
moms. They used to switch the moms. I think this is like that.
the trading
Yeah,
spouses or whatever.
something like that. Yeah. So I'm gonna go with reality.
You are correct. 2014, one season. IMDb says a group of contestants live in isolation from the outside world in a custom-built house, constantly under video surveillance. And Reddit says, this kind of gets weird, two teams share a house that is bisected down the middle with a glass wall. One side is the past and the other is the future. The team in the primitive side of the house sleep on a dirt floor and eat dirty carrots. The other side live in a hilariously dumb future house that just has a lot of iPads everywhere.
Okay.
They eat sushi and dress like Steve Jobs.
Okay.
The teams then compete in ridiculous and often dangerous, several players are seriously injured, challenges to see which side of the house they get to live on. So it's like,
they have to switch if they lose.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're like living in opposite worlds.
Yeah,
They're not coming,
right.
but okay. So that's
apparently this was a crazy show that nobody really liked. Number 7,
okay.
The Quest.
The Quest.
Very generic term. Could go
Yeah,
either way.
that could go either way. Like they could be searching for it's like The Amazing Race. They're searching for something, but there's a lot of The Quest sounds very easy to be a fantasy novel.
You just think it's that basic.
I think there's probably one out there. I think even if I'm wrong, I might.
You're gonna get extra
I'm gonna
credit.
go find one. We could find it on Goodreads. I'm gonna go with fantasy.
Fantasy book? No, this was reality TV.
Oh,
Sorry.
but again, there might be
Yeah,
one.
it probably is, but
Yeah.
I'm talking about the 2022 one season only show, and Wikipedia says that The Quest is an American fantasy-based reality TV series. It's a reboot of a 2014 series. The Quest features a group of players brought to a castle in the fictional world of Everrealm on a fantasy quest to save the realm from an evil force. and reveal the one true hero among them who will defeat
So it's a
evil.
fantasy reality show. That's kind of
Yeah. A group of teenagers participate in an immersive, scripted adventure in a high fantasy setting. The
Okay.
adventure is structured around various challenges tied to the fantasy storyline. Yeah, and so it's
Okay.
all, you know.
All right, but reality. All right.
It's-
What are they searching for?
I don't know. Something about competitions in this world, seeing if they're like cut out for it, I guess. I don't know. The 8th title is Firefight.
Firefight. Okay. It's not gonna be a firefighter reality show. It can't be like. That's just. They would
That'll have wide
they
appeal.
would think of something catchier though. They would think it would be like the Blaze or I don't know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
that's what people called me in high school.
Oh yeah. Firefight. I could see like witches. They're throwing fire at each other. It's like number 3 in the series. I'm gonna go with fantasy.
You are correct. It's by Brandon Sanderson. I've read this
Oh.
one. I've read I've read the whole Reckoners
Is this a standalone? It's a series.
series. The Reckoners.
Okay.
I'll show you a picture of that. There you go. There's Firefight.
All right.
Yeah. It's superheroes.
Oh.
Firefight is the
Is
name
it-
of one of the superheroes, I believe.
Oh.
I remember correctly. Yep. Sanderson, great series. I really
in
liked
the
it.
Not.
It's second in the
number
series.
2.
All right, so the 9th is 8 Days of Luke. 8 Days of Luke.
So is it like all? Like, can this woman stand Luke? Is he that awful? She's around him for 8 days. Can she last?
Saying Luke is just this terrible, like, so it's like the opposite of The Bachelor.
Yeah. Like, do you want to leave after 8 days?
You're
of
right.
Luke? Will
It's
you
like
last?
10 women. Can they
Yeah,
last?
instead of, like-
hang out with Luke for.
Yeah. 8 days of Luke.
Think it could be a fantasy book?
I mean, it sounds like it's not a good name if it's a fantasy book. That's what I'm going with. I'm sorry if it's not
Wow.
for 8 Days of Luke. I'm going to go with reality.
It's
So
a
I'm going-
reality TV show. It is a fantasy book.
Oh,
It's from 1975.
okay.
They weren't naming things as well back then. Maybe.
What is 8 Days of Luke? Who
Uh,
is Luke?
Here's Luke.
He's like, is that a child?
Yeah.
Is he an evil child?
I think he's just a
Does
magical
he, like,
child.
wreak havoc in 8 days, or?
Not really sure. I just picked the name because it sounded like
There's-
it could go either way.
There's nothing strange about Luke except the snakes. What?
The last title is Big Giant Swords.
Big giant swords. I mean, again, I think it sounds like a terrible fantasy novel. It could be dumb enough to be a reality show. So I'm gonna go with
What are
reality.
they doing in this reality show?
What are they doing in this reality show? I mean, it's not a blacksmith reality show. Or it could be a blacksmith reality show. How many big dumb swords can you make? I'm gonna say it's a blacksmith reality show.
You are 100% correct.
Oh.
2015, one season. Irish Mike Crowell lives on the island of Martha's Vineyard where he builds giant custom swords.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just lost by 1.
You lost by 1. And what she didn't win was this fantasy football.
Oh.
It's a football. It has names of classic fantasy books, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, The Way of Kings. She would have cherished this forever, but instead she does not get it. I'm sorry. It's your punishment. Thanks.
All right.
Thanks again.
Yeah, it's fun being here.
Happy reading.